We are in the same shirt.
We are. Now we are.
This is from the women's section in Primark.
Hang on. Have you switched up to a wireless earbud?
So Bryony is out with my headphones, my good, nice wired headphones. So now I have to earbud it for this. Yeah.
Are you too cool for two? Is that the problem?
Well, they're quite bassy, so I feel like if I go double, I'll start hearing it inside my own head, and then I'll start because they're running headphones, you see, so they block out almost.
Can you not
everything?
Turn that on and off though?
Nope. No.
So the AirPods Pro, mate, they have speakers on the outside to let the outside noise in.
Yeah, but who wants the outside noise in?
For conversations like this, because if I was like blocking out the outside, I'd have the same problem you just said. So
it's a very first world problem.
Two boys, friends for a while, pretending they're close. Denial, so they put time aside once a week to spend some time chatting. This is two not so good friends.
There's not even really anything to catch up on because we filmed this last podcast like on Thursday last week, so there's nothing really happened in the weekend.
Yeah. I mean, in fact, I saw your Instagram story. Were you solo parenting for a bit?
Yeah. Oh, the kids are just doing their own thing now. Let them make their own way in life.
Yeah, fair enough. They're old enough.
Solo parenting. Although we did hit up before I started solo parenting, we did hit up a jam factory, which it's very middle-aged of me, I think that.
Yeah.
Tiptree, innit? Tiptree jam. You know Tiptree jam?
No, never heard of it. I'm not a big jam guy.
Wilkins and Sons.
I'm more of a chutney man.
They
myself.
do. So I actually did get myself a hot mango chutney from there.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I like a good red onion chutney though as well, because that's quite sweet as well.
I've not actually ventured it. I feel like mango's so good. Why venture away? Go on, what was your weekend? What did you do on your weekend?
So I had Sunday off work, which is the first one in like 3 weeks. So yeah, that was good. I had to lie in till 8 o'clock. That was nice. That's like the longest I can sleep in now, which is fucking heartbreaking.
Oh yeah, because you have to get up at 5, don't you?
No, I start at 5.
Oh, you have to get up at what, 4?
So I leave the house at like 20 past 4, half 4 if I'm running late.
Yeah, but why is it? Is it really half an hour drive?
Yeah.
And presumably you pelt it down the roads.
Yeah. There's no cameras on the route, so I can go whatever speed I feel like. If I'm running low on fuel,
within the speed limits, I would imagine, just for the within the speed
no,
limits.
absolutely not. Absolutely not. Prove it. Come at me.
Well, you just admitted it.
Yeah, prove it. Prove I've done it.
You just admitted it. I don't think
that's yeah, but that's the same thing as me saying, "Oh yeah, by the way, murdered someone today." They'd want proof. They'd need proof. Same fucking thing.
I can give like whatever the opposite of an alibi is. I'll do that and vouch for you breaking. I'll be like, yeah, he did.
Yeah, 100% he did. 100%. He FaceTimed me while he was doing it.
Yeah, I wasn't there because then I'd be implicated, and I don't need that.
Can you be implicated in someone speeding?
Well, okay, no, I was more on about the murder.
Oh, the murder bit. Yeah, it's also FaceTimed during that.
Yeah, exactly. But I guess that's sort of still implicated.
We're getting topical, baby.
Give me that news, I gotta know it.
We're getting topical, baby.
Give me that news, I gotta know it.
Go on, what have you got?
Well, what have I got? News-wise? It's everywhere.
You're Googling it now, aren't you? You're trying to get it.
No way, Jose. News is very, very busy.
I can't
actually. What has happened in the news this week? Nothing's happened. On the topic of news, I have only sort of just realized, because I didn't bring a topic, that I have just stopped watching and caring about the news.
Yeah, you know what pissed me off actually with the news is everyone was glued to the news when it all kicked off in Ukraine.
Yeah,
absolutely glued to it, and rightly so, because it was fucking scary. I put on the news thinking, let's see how Ukraine's getting on. Not even fucking there anymore, mate. They've gone back to fucking, one of the biggest ever apple pies was baked down the road. That's that sort of basic, horrible, no one gives a fuck shit. And
Well, I don't know. How big was it?
I don't make
It
that
must
up.
have been
I don't
pretty
think
big
that's
to
the
be the
thing.
biggest
I
apple
don't
pie in
think
the
that.
world.
I don't think that's the thing. I just
No, that's
put
really
that on the
fucks
top
me
of
off.
my head.
That
But
actually.
that's the sort of shit they're putting on the news, like your local, 6 o'clock news or whatever. It's just fucking wank, mate. Like, I want to know about Ukraine. Even if you go on like Apple News on your phone, there's not much about it anymore.
I agree, but I also hated the fact that when when COVID happened and then when the war happened, how like on every single news channel there became like a specific like stuff like news, sport, lifestyle, like coronavirus had its own like thing as like some entertainment show. And I'm like, mate, come on.
Yeah,
come
I
on.
must admit, I did enjoy watching when the health secretary had come out and he'd do a bit of waffle, and Boris was there with, they all had pie charts and shit on that stupid telly. They're all social distancing, and as soon as obviously we know now that as soon as they went behind that fucking curtain, mate, they were shaking hands, probably giving each other hand jobs.
Oh yeah, it's a new segment. What are they talking about now?
You said, and I quote in the message, I will not guess in 100 tries what this segment is because it's happened to you just today.
Yeah,
do I get 100 tries?
No, because we'll be here all night, and I can't be arsed with that. So I'll give you one. No, 2 tries, 2 guesses.
Happened to you today.
You'll never come close, mate.
It happened to you today. So I'm going to say, firstly, on your commute to work, did you nearly... Okay. Is it at work?
Yeah.
Okay. Is it to do with someone at work?
Wrong.
That doesn't count as a guess. Go on then. Fucking hell, what is it?
Right, so in Britain we have wild snakes.
You saw a snake at work?
No, even weirder. And I've seen, obviously working on golf course, I'm out in it all the time. Like, no, days like today, it's rough. It's like, I don't know, it's been 23 degrees, I think, today at work. And I'm having to be like jumper, long trousers because I'm going in like the long grass and I'm strimming. And otherwise I could just get covered in all sorts of shit. There's insects everywhere. It's horrible. So anyway, I'm going through the long grass.
You didn't kill a snake?
No, I didn't kill a snake.
Okay.
I like snakes. I've only ever seen a dead one though. That's the unfortunate
What about today?
thing.
Was it dead?
Today it was an egg, a snake's egg.
Oh, okay.
So apparently the only snake in England or Britain that would lay an egg is a grass snake. Obviously I'm going through all this long grass and shit, find an egg, and I'm like, because it was quite a big egg. It was like, imagine a chicken's egg, just not as round. It's more elongated, but a similar sort of size. So I was like,
not as round. A chicken egg isn't round.
No, but like it's not as so. Like the snake egg was probably the same width, but a bit taller.
Right. Okay.
If you know what I mean.
Sort of.
So I saw it. I was like, that's too big to be a fucking bird's egg, unless it was a fucking chicken. I know for a fact there's no chickens around here, and they certainly wouldn't have laid it there. So I was like, what the fuck is that? So I was Googling like eggs you'll find in the UK, found like the grass snake, picture of a grass snake's egg. I was like, shit, no fucking way. Then it dawned on me, well, if there's a fucking egg here, there's going to be a snake here somewhere. Not a fucking clue where it'll be, where it'll be fucking hiding.
Did you leave the egg?
Yeah. I picked it up and had a look because I had to move it to like do what I was. I had to move it to do what I was doing, but then I put it back after.
Just tossed it over.
I don't think it'll survive there because the egg was stone cold when I first touched it. So
maybe it was just a stone.
Could have been actually.
Maybe you found a stone in the grass.
Maybe. Oh no, I'm positive it was an egg. Positive it was an egg. I should have taken a picture. I didn't take a picture.
I have a very relatable story to that actually.
No.
But mine's cuter. Mine's far cuter.
Is it
far cute? Yeah. So in Chelmsford, there's a river that runs through it. The River Chelmer, if you were wondering. You weren't.
But, I wasn't.
But on the little underneath the greenage foliage, there was
trees.
there's a big ass shitty motherfucking swan just chilling out, kicking back. I was like, that's pretty lazy, fat shit. Go and do swimming or some shit. Motherfucker stands up, about 9 or 10 eggs underneath its stomach. So I'm like, oh, that's mental. And then I go about my day. And then a week later, walking down Chelmsford again, who should fucking swan up the lake but the swan and their newly hatched baby swans. So that's a cool like circle of life thing. Then we went and fed them some bread, which I don't think you should do. I don't think they're meant to eat bread.
Not really, no.
Well, I mean, you did single-handedly tear apart a snake's family this morning by cutting down its habitat, handling its only egg,
Yeah.
and then potentially slicing the snake to bits with a strimmer in the long.
No, I definitely
grass.
didn't kill the snake. It was stone cold anyway, so it was already sort of like in a shit spot. Not gonna lie, snake was a bad mum.
But it might be all right. It could be a dad.
Can the snake dads lay eggs?
No, but the mum snake might have fucked off, and the dad might have had to, that might.
Nah, I don't think it works like that with snakes. I think they just sort of he does his business and fucks off and shags another snake.
Yeah, boy. That's not actually acceptable if you're watching this. If you are going to
snake.
If you're going to father a snake baby, don't fuck off.
Yeah.
Watch the egg. Look after your snake wife. Any snakes watching with any opinions, and I'm not talking to you, Ryan, get in touch.
Oh, acquaintance Ryan, you calling him a snake now?
Yeah. It feels right. It feels right to do that.
I hate it. I ran out of ideas. I hate it.
I hate it. It does what it says on the bloody tin. And this week, it's me.
Yeah,
it's me.
Go on.
I hate the heat.
I hate it. I ran out of ideas. I hate it.
You're coming in hot with segment 2, of which again I have no idea what it is.
Did you know? So this is new this week. You know what? I want a jingle for this.
There will be a jingle. It's just
Okay, cool. Because did you know? So I was watching. So basically, you know that I've taken up a hobby with the pond outside.
Yeah.
Got a few koi co-op and things like that in there. So I've been watching a lot on YouTube on learning how to like look after the water and shit like that. And anyway, I got into a bit of a wormhole. The guy who I was watching also visited an aquarium in Australia. So I was like, go on, let's have a look, see what he's doing. Turns out the guy in this aquarium in Australia has like loads of cameras in this storeroom, but like proper slow-mo cam, like 8 different cams for all sorts of different like proper high-end filming. And he's like, oh, what do you film with these? And he says, oh, so I do a bit on the side for like the BBC or Nat Geo or anything like that. And he was saying like most of the Attenborough stuff he's worked on and done filming like underwater and stuff. And the guy was then cuts for like a minute later, and the guy's like walking around his aquarium and stuff. And he says, oh yeah, you see these fish in here? Yeah, they were in the Attenborough documentary. And the guy's like, what do you mean? Like, did you take them from the ocean? He was like, no, I just filmed them here in the fucking fish tank. And I was just like mind blown. Attenborough's there narrating the fucking thing as if it's like some big event going on. And actually, it's just some geezer with his GoPro dipped in a fish tank in the fucking Australian aquarium. And he said, like, most of the things that are in these documentaries are filmed in aquariums, like, especially with like the marine shit, because you can't go and find them in the wild and just film them because it'd take fucking years to get the footage. So they just do it in aquariums. It's like the clownfish, so like the Nemo fish. There's a pair of them in this tank, and he says, oh yeah, these guys have been in like 8 different documentaries. And I was like, oh, for fuck's sake. But as a one-off you wouldn't mind, but then you're like, for fuck's sake.
Well, I've got fucking agents at this point.
They're still fucking talking. They're still fucking talking. They're still fucking talking. A load of shit, man.
I was watching a cringe compilation last night, basically. And you know, when you just see something and you're just like, it doesn't make you go ick, but it just makes you like want to crawl up and die for them. So for example, I was going through my Facebook chat logs from years back, like maybe a couple of months ago.
Ooh.
And I found a message so we had mutual friends, and you were speaking to one of them, and I was not even really speaking to the other one at all. But I messaged, the chat log was something like, in classic like year 10 speak, it was like, hey, how you doing? And she was like, yeah, good, you. I was like, yeah, surprised you replied to me.
Oh, James.
It went along the lines of, surprised you replied to me. And she's like, haha, oh, why? And I was like, because I'm not very good looking.
Oh,
she was-
James. Oh.
And she clearly just was like, right. But she replied in a nice manner. She was like, no, I don't say that. And I was like, no, but I'm not, am I? And then she stopped replying to me. So yeah.
Oh. So that's her saying, like, agreeing with you. She was like, "No, I'm going to be nice here. You know, maybe the guy's genuinely got a confidence issue." And then you said it again. And then she's like, no, he's trying to get in my pants. He is ugly. Fuck him off.
Yeah. And it was also a very, very,
no.
very strange tactic to go about for that first chat, I think.
Yeah, no, I've been there. I've said I'm surprised you replied. Back in like year 9, year 10, that's like a good icebreaker. That was a solid line back then. Now, you say it, you're just fucking desperate. And any girl in the right mind would just immediately block and delete.
Because we did hang around in the same group for a lot of year 9, 10.
Mm.
And I feel like there was a lot of cringe that went on.
Yeah.
At that point. In fact,
Yeah, no.
that takes me to one of my. This maybe takes it away. No, this is pretty cringe.
Is it about you or me?
Both.
Oh God.
So we had the same friendship group. It was me, you, and like about 3 or 4 girls. Classic.
Oh
Yeah.
no.
So we had
no.
we
Oh no.
So we had a friendship group. Maybe like it was probably around. It would have been year 10.
What's coming?
And you sort of were like dipping around trying to like date multiple ones at different times. I just had one girlfriend. And we just like chill and vibe. You were very much the player, I think, of the scene. So it cuts to
unsuccessful player, I add. Unsuccessful.
Yeah. Well, there was bits of success there. Anyway, we used to walk to school and all that sort of shit, and then go and do stuff after school. But there's this one day, I think there was like someone thought that you might have been into the girl I was going out with at this point, right? And anyway, so I ended up at her house with her and one of her mates, and she had MSN open on her laptop. So I was like, "Oh, it'd be funny to mess around with Callum for a bit, wouldn't it?" And we should have filmed it. We didn't.
By the way, I lived literally a 2-minute walk away as well from this house.
Yeah, maybe like 100 meters, if that.
I got there very quickly.
So anyway, I jumped on MSN and was like, "Hey, how are you doing?" Assuming that he would probably realize that it was me, because I don't think I didn't at all. Not very good friends, so why would he? I get to the point where I'm like, "Why didn't you come over?" And to be fair to you, you did say, "Oh, what about James?"
Did I?
And yeah, you did.
Oh, thank God for that.
And I said, I was like, "Oh no, it doesn't matter. Blah blah blah. Just come over. There's no one else here." So anyway, then you turn up, and I just remember meeting these 2 girls like in her front room, and then we see you walk up the drive, and you knock on the door, and I feel like I was at the door with just the window giving you fingers, but for some reason we didn't even lock the door, so you just straight away got in the door. So
stupid of your part.
We bolted it upstairs into her mum and dad's room, and just like sort of sat at the door to keep it jammed shut because you were a hothead back then.
Yeah, no, I had a real temper. That was an issue actually.
And you were pasting the shit out the door. You were very annoyed. And you were pasting shit out the door. And I think we dropped a few gags, and then you sort of just like admitted defeat and then walked back. And then fast forward about 12 hours, we were walking to school again.
Here's the story from my end. She pops up. She's like, "Oh yeah, blah blah blah." I thought it was her. It was obviously you. So I didn't go around with the intention of doing anything sexual or anything like that. It was more, I think, I'd like to think at the time, I'm going around, right, see what the fucking crack is with her. Why is she trying to message me when she's with James?
Don't try and fucking white knight yourself.
No. I would like to think that was what was going on.
I was going to set her straight.
I would like to think that is what was going on. However, back then, I was a serial cunt. I wouldn't have been surprised if I turned up, rogered the fucking shit out of her, and then pretended it never happened to you.
I'd have
and then
been
walk to
surprised
school
if
with
you'd
you the
done
next
that.
morning. You would have been surprised.
That you'd have rogered someone, not for the rest of it.
Yeah, no, it's fair. But yeah, no, I remember like kicking the shit out the door. Two of you sat behind it. There's no way I was getting it open. And
You know what? I
I
don't think
thought-
it was even me. I don't think it was me behind it. I think it was the two girls. Or
no,
it might have
one
just
of
been
them
the
was
one
out
girl.
with me. One of
That's
them
it.
was
I
out
think,
with me.
I think
'cause
it's
she
just
was
the
trying
one.
to. She was trying to kick the shit out of me for kicking the shit out the door. Like she was giving me some fucking shit, mate. She was punching me and kicking me from behind.
Oh,
and
God.
anyway, so it got to the point where I sort of thought, fuck it, I'm not getting in the door. He's never coming out. I'm just going to leave. And as I stopped kicking the door, you went, so are we walking to school together tomorrow? I burst out laughing, and that was that. We were all good. It's such a weird moment. But yeah, I think the moral of this story is don't play pranks on people when it's to do with your girlfriend and your mate. Like, it's not going to work, especially when you're that age.
I thought
And
I liked that.
if it happened now, I did the exact same thing. I'd be right round there.
I haven't ironed a single item of clothing since I've moved to London.
Yeah, this hasn't been ironed, mate. You know what this is?
This is-
You know what my clothes get? They go on the washing line outside. They come in, they get folded, and they never need ironing.
My family, my nan and my mum, they iron
I
underwear.
don't care.
They iron underwear.
Oh,
Now
really?
you care, yeah.
What, socks as well? Mind you, actually, a lad at work, he was saying not like maybe a few months ago that he irons his underwear, and he says, compare it. Like, don't iron boxers, then iron boxers, and tell me how you feel. And I was like, okay, and I still haven't done it. But
No, it's a waste of time.
I am going to try it one day, the ironing of the boxers. He says it makes a difference. He loves it. Fair
I
enough,
don't believe it. I
each
tell
to
you
their
what,
own.
actually.
I feel like he's wasting valuable time ironing boxer shorts, though.
But yeah, I guess that wraps up the podcast. Do what this jingle says.
If you've listened this far, you'll wanna listen again. So make sure you subscribe, like and post your comments.
Which that was like and subscribe.
Yeah, and also if you didn't hear it earlier in the show, and James is cocked up again. So
No, it was
hopefully-
in the last one.
Yeah, no, it was sort of like 15 minutes in. Like no one's getting to 15 minutes.
No, there was a bit 2 minutes in.
Nah, it needs. Oh, that was it. It was your fucking. Oh God, I need to remember what to do. And then you never actually said because you just get like it, and it cuts out. So still, no one's being told what to fucking do.
Oh, that's funny. Do the like and subscribe stuff, and yeah, bye.
Two boys, friends for a while, pretending they're close. Denial, so they put time aside once a week to spend some time chatting. This is two not so good friends.